All right, race fans, we are now at the quarterfinals of the High Lift Pickup Smackdown.
Today, we bring to you quarterfinal number 1 and quarterfinal number 4. My name is Aaron Take.
And I'm right alongside Aaron. This is Richard Gere. So Aaron, tell us, who's in quarterfinal number 1?
We begin with Spody Odie from Ozark Mountain Speedway Racing. He's driving this Toyota off-road, and I don't think we have any other off-road Toyotas here. Next is Rosie, and Rosie is with 409 Diecast, and she's driving one of those Dodge Power Wagons, which have been very successful here. Our third entry is James Ironbeard from Ironbeard Customs, and you also see that gorgeous charcoal black. He's also driving a Dodge Power Wagon. And then finally, it's BLR with Blue Line Racing. He has displayed lots of speed and control this time. Is he up to the test again in the quarterfinals?
All right, well, thank you, Aaron. Now, just like in the group racing, we will have 4 races with the scoring 5, 3, 2, 1, and a DNF of 0. There they go on race 1, and Rosie is closest to us. BLR is now in lane 2. He just passed Spody Odie, and he is first onto the dunes. The drivers are all looking quite smooth, but give the lead to BLR, and here comes BLR over the hill. He's ahead of James Ironbeard, who will take second. Spody's in third.
Ooh, oh, wow.
Here comes Rosie. She shuts it down and takes fourth.
Hey, Richard, look at that giant snake.
I don't want to get near it.
All right, race fans, are you tracking? And of course, we saw BLR take the lead over the dunes. Let's take a look at the drivers on the right-hand side of the screen. James Ironbeard is staying ahead of Spody Odie. Oh, and here's where Rosie had trouble coming down into the valley section. The good news is that she was able to finish the race. Here, BLR flops on his side, and James Ironbeard, he flops on his side, but Spody Odie lands on his wheels. And so Spody, taking third but adding 1, has 3 points. James Ironbeard has 3, but BLR leads with 5.
Okay, well, with only 4 races, fans, you can bet that each of these drivers is thinking they must finish each of the races. It's critical. Consistency is key, as BLR is in lane 3 and Rosie in lane 2, and look at that. Rosie has the lead coming out, and onto the dunes. She is right there. James Ironbeard is on the inside and is caught up with BLR. Rosie around the pretzel turn first, down the valley and up the hill, but here comes BLR, and he takes the win. Rosie is sort of on her wheels. That was Spody Odie in third. Oh my goodness, James Ironbeard has crashed out.
That is a tough break for James, and here we see him coming down in the valley, and he just nubs that front left tire right into the sidewall as the 2 lanes converge. Watch again here. It didn't take much, and he fell over. This is quite amazing. A wonderful display of speed accelerating onto the half-pipe and right past Rosie. Now that was not all. BLR stays on his wheels and just covers the train tracks. Spody Odie does land on his wheels, but watch the accelerating train. And Billy has nowhere to go, so with another win, plus landing on his wheels and hitting the train, BLR has bumped his score up to 13. Spody is in second with 6.
Wow, well, for BLR, this race is looking a lot like his group race. He got way ahead after 2 races. Let's see what Spody and really James Ironbeard and Rosie can do as they are pumping it along here. And oh my goodness, BLR is tipped on his side. It is James Ironbeard with a slight lead over the dunes. So BLR is not going to finish. Who's going to take first place? And right now James has the advantage. He's coming on first. Spody's trying to move ahead, but will take second, and third place will go to Rosie.
Oh boy, the door was left wide open, and because of that, actually it started because of a little bump in the road, and there's what happened to BLR. Now we know he has a tight suspension, and he's managed to do quite well. Now here is James, muscling his way over the sand, and it looks like Rosie tips on her side. Good thing she's able to finish. Let's see how... Oh, James Ironbeard hits the overhead camera, and you notice that he also lost his weight.
Look at that.
Spody lands on his wheels. This is really going to shake things up. I don't know if there's time to put that weight back in.
I don't think there's going to be time to really secure it. But look at James. He's up to 8 points, and Spody has 10. So they're going to make this last race very interesting.
Does BLR have to finish?
Oh, yes. Yes, he does. If he doesn't finish, he's in jeopardy of getting knocked out. So, really, all 4 of the drivers, this is key. BLR is closest to us, and... Oh! and I think James just lost his weight. It fell out of the bed of his pickup. I was about to say Rosie has the lead, but now look at the way BLR accelerated past. Spodiote and BLR is first. Rosie's coming through for second, Spody in third. Now here comes James, and over the jump, he will take fourth. Oh gosh, we're going to have to see how the landing came for each of them, and I see a tree knocked down, and most of them did land on their wheels.
All right, race fans, track James Ironbeard, and you see the weight plop right out of the bed of his pickup. And here's where BLR accelerated past Spodiote. Very interesting developments. Rosie has a nice turn, but for James Ironbeard, he falls way off pace after blowing a weight gasket.
Any driver's gonna tell you, if you blow a weight gasket, your race is over.
Now, Richard, watch what happens when Spody hits the tree.
Wow.
Are there extra points for that?
No, not for uprooting a tree.
And here comes James Ironbeard. He does finish the race. But fans, although James and Rosie collected points, it is Spodiote and BLR that are moving on to the semifinals.
Well, Aaron, that was a great race, and what happened there?
Oh, hey, Richard.
Yeah.
Harvey and Mo wanted to help out, and they took the ambulance down to the finish line. Well, now you see Rosie, and she comes in, and it's, Mo ended up being at the wrong place at the wrong time, and Harvey
Aaron,
was there
relax.
too.
I just got word back. They're the Hold My Beer guys, and they're fine. Harvey, Billy, Hold My Beer guys. Okay, well, hey fans, for those of you worried about Harvey and Mo, they just want to thank you for all the well wishes. They are actually with Billy right now trying to figure out what to do with James Ironbeard's weight. Aaron, what are the dinosaurs and James Bond doing here?
Billy hired them, and they basically help with all the general maintenance around the track. But I guess they're not going to do any maintenance. They're going to have fun.
I guess they can have fun, but they better make sure and pick up that weight.
Now, James Bond is in his James Bond pickup, and Mo is in the blue Oh, dear. Wow. I guess we better go back to the instant replay, and you watch Mo. He tumbles out. James Bond can't get back up on his skis. He's going for a ride now, and you know what, Richard? Billy is behind because he had to drag James Bond.
Well, he's going to win the race because the rules are you had to stay in your truck.
And whose truck is he in?
That white truck is Spy Dude from Aces High Racing. Billy still wins. Now, Aces High Racing sent their entry 2 weeks before the deadline of the race, and the Postal Service took 3 weeks to deliver his truck.
So he missed the race.
Yeah, and that's why he was in halftime.
Oh, this is quarterfinal number 4, and introducing Donnie B with Kaboom Racing.
Donnie has been a bit of a sleeper. People are overlooking him.
And now we have Layla, and she's a baby. And she's a baby for Arlo Racing, who really, I don't know what babies do, but she won the race and now is here. From the Milestone Diecast Racing team is Dusty Miles in his 79 Ford pickup. And he has an interesting suspension. Looking good so far in the races. Then finally we have Slick Fitty with, how do you say it, Richard?
Stupid Fish Racing.
Okay, and let's hope that number 6X has some success.
Haha, I never thought of it that way, but I bet you that's what he was doing. He wants to have a successful number. All right, Layla is closest to us. There she goes. Slick Fitty is pulling out slightly in the lead. Donnie B just ran over the weight, and the dumb Hold My Beer guys didn't remove it. So I think we're going to have it on the track for all 4 races as we're watching. Ooh, a little trouble with Slick Fitty. Meanwhile, Dusty Miles slams through the finish line in first. Second place goes to Donnie B, and Slick Fitty in third.
As Richard correctly pointed out, there is James Ironbeard's weight gasket. And, well, anyway, Dusty Miles looks like he might have a slight advantage. But here he's aided by Trouble down in the valley, first with Slick Fitty, and then Layla rolls on her side and is unable to finish. Here they come, smashing and crashing, but it was Slick Fitty that rolled. Now, he rolls and ends up on his tailgate. He does not stop the train, so the scoring stays pretty bland with 5 points for Dusty Miles and 3 for Donnie B. No extra points.
Well, and the drivers, they're up top now, ready at the starting gate for race number 2. Donnie B takes the outside lane. Slick Fitty next to him. Layla in lane 2 and Dusty Miles in lane 1. Here we go, and it's Wow, nicely done by Layla as she pulls way out in the lead. Dusty Miles closest to us in second place. No one is going to catch Layla, it looks like. Nice control around the pretzel turn and accelerating onto the half pipe. Bangs her way forward, and there goes Dusty Miles in second place. We've lost the other drivers. Oh my, look at that big crash.
Well, Richard, I'll do what I can to show the action as it unfolds in the instant replay. Are you tracking? Look at the way these two, Donnie B and Slick Fitty, wrestle down after the overpass. They both try to occupy one lane, and it doesn't really work too well for either one of them. Donnie B seems to be running on his hood. Meanwhile, Layla comes over first, but flips upside down, and in a strange twist of events, it's Layla that ends up right side up. So with 5 points for a first place finish, and 1 for landing on her wheels, she's up to 6. Dusty Miles has 8.
Okay, well, keep in mind, Billy's train is still active. Slick Fitty and who is it? Donnie B. They're the ones that are under a bit of tough luck right now as they crashed into each other. Maybe they can get Billy's train, but Layla, whoo, she just scrambled right over Ironbeard Customs' weight gasket, and she's got a lead. She's holding it now in front of Slick Fitty. Remember when they crashed together the last time? Here they come. She's in second. A beautiful run by Dusty Miles. Third place will go to Slick Fitty. Donnie B takes fourth. Oh, and somebody got the caboose. It is Dusty Miles. Yeah, Billy better stop that train.
Well, Richard, this race really defined who has the speed, as we see Layla ahead of Slick Fitty. And Dusty Miles had a nice sizable lead over Donnie B. All 4 of the trucks come slamming through the finish line. Let's watch and see who lands on their wheels. But here's the thing. Donnie B hits Dusty Miles, who takes off the caboose. And so Dusty Miles gets a hefty 5 points plus 3. And now he's doubled his score to 16. Layla has 10.
Yeah, that has really stretched out the scores. I'm doing the math, and I think there may be a very slight chance for Slick Fitty and Donnie. They're on the inside lanes. This is the final race. Some pretty big miracles are going to have to happen. Donnie B is looking good. Slick Fitty's catching up now, but it's Layla way out in the lead, and they can't let her win as she is motoring through. And look at that beautiful fast. Oh, she's on her side, but she comes through in first place, and now the collision occurs. All the drivers have finished again. And look at Dusty Miles.
Well, race fans, after a rather sluggish start by Layla, she woke up and the baby siren hit 11 on the volume button. She has been screaming along ever since. The other drivers keep the race clean, and there comes Dusty Miles. He's a rather relaxed pace, but he clears the jump, and now you see how he ended up. He doesn't get any extra points for that, but it really doesn't matter because Dusty Miles and Layla have dominated the race and will be moving on.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching Class A Racing quarterfinal number 1 and quarterfinal number 4. Now, from these 8 drivers, the 4 that are moving on are BLR, Dusty Miles, Spodioti, and Layla. Now, let's take a look at quarterfinal number 2 and 3. And number 2 is led by Wizard of Oz Racing. Quarterfinal number 3 is going to be led by RC Addicts. We'll see you next week for semifinal number 2.
Are you tracking?